Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Shah. I'm a board member with Boulder Food Rescue and former owner of Mijbani Indian Restaurant. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and supporting our cause. I'm so excited to share with you home-style cuisine that my mother taught me while growing up in Bombay, India. We'll be cooking 5 recipes: pulao rice, chole or spicy garbanzo beans, aloo gobi, potato cauliflower dish, and 2 Indian style salads. And the recipes are super easy, super quick, absolutely delicious, and they are also vegan, gluten free, dairy free, and so healthy. If you'd like to follow along with me, the recipes are on the event website, and I am excited to get started. Let's get cooking. We will get started with 2 Indian style salads. One is a warm salad called kachu pakushak, which literally means half cooked vegetables, and the other one is kacumber, made from tomatoes and cucumbers. So the first step in making the kachu pakushak is to heat up the oil and temper the spice seeds in the oil. But the ingredients that we'll be using are shredded carrots, thinly sliced green bell peppers, shredded cabbage, minced green chilies. They can be serranos or jalapenos. That's optional. Lemon or lime juice and oil of your choice. So my pan is already heated up. The stove is on about medium heat, and I'm going to add the oil and the black mustard seeds from my spice box that we looked at earlier, and we'll be also using salt and turmeric. This is a wonderful side dish. You can serve it as room temperature with tortillas, rice, or even throw it in a burrito or a sandwich. So if you notice, the mustard seeds tend to change color, and it's a good idea not to walk away from the stove because they cook very fast and it can burn up. So the seeds are changing color, turning gray, and they do pop lightly. I don't know if you can hear that. And when they kind of stop popping, that's when it's time to add the vegetables. So this kind of takes just about 5 to 8 minutes to cook, and I see the color has changed, and I'm going to go ahead and add the carrots, shredded carrots, and cabbage. It's kind of sticking together here a little bit, and some green bell peppers. So just stir it lightly. And these colors of the vegetables, so colorful and so healthy and so good for you. It's perfect for vegan and gluten-free diets. So coat it lightly in oil and then cover it and let it cook for about 5 minutes or so, 5 to 8 minutes. So while our warm salad cooks, we can go ahead and mix up a tomato cucumber salad or kacumber. It's very simple. We use diced cucumbers, diced tomatoes, chives. For garnish, you can also use cilantro, parsley, any garnish of your choice, a touch of pepper, a little salt, and touch of ground cumin. And the tomatoes and cucumbers don't have to be finely or chopped. They can be slightly bigger. It saves you a little time. and I'm going to add cucumbers and tomatoes. This is a wonderful summer salad that you can have throughout the year, and it goes, I think I'm going to go ahead and add some more tomatoes. Okay, so you just mix the veggies and then we'll add the spices. Just a touch of ground cumin, also called jeera. If many of you are Indian food cooks, then you know the term. A touch of salt and just a bit of black pepper. I'm going to stir it, and we'll add some chives. Again, the garnish is totally optional, your choice, but it does add a nice color and of course the lovely flavor that the herbs can add. Oh, it's smelling so good. Okay, and your kacumber is ready, and I'm going to go ahead and check on our warm salad. Look how they have softened a little bit and changed color. They're not completely cooked, but softened now, and it's time to add the spices. Just a touch of salt, and of course I'm not measuring anything. You have your recipe that you can follow, and a touch of turmeric, which is what adds the yellow color to all the Indian food, and a touch of minced green chilies. You don't have to. If you have kids who want to try it and not make it too spicy, you can totally skip it. And a touch of lemon or lime juice. You can hear the sizzle there. Just give it a light stir. And again, for garnish, let's go ahead and add those chives again. That will add a nice flavoring. My chives are right here. You can turn off this flame there, and you can add it right into the pan or in your bowl that you're going to serve. And I'm going to add some chives there. Again, cilantro is also a great choice. So there we go. We have two Indian style salads, a cold and a warm salad. Easy to make and absolutely delicious. The next dish that we will cook tonight is called chole, or spicy garbanzo beans. It's a popular dish from North India. You may have tried it at Indian restaurants, and it's really easy to make if we take some quick shortcuts. So for chole, you can use either raw beans, raw garbanzo beans. That's how I like to cook my chole. And if you're doing that, you would soak them overnight or for 6 to 8 hours. And to make it really a quick dish, which is also I do very often, you can open a can of garbanzo beans, which are canned beans right here, diced onions, diced tomatoes. Again, you can use a can of diced tomatoes, minced garlic. I'm using olive oil here, and from my spice box we'll be using a touch of salt, turmeric, dhana jeera or ground cumin, and ground coriander, chili powder, and garam masala. We will start by heating up a little bit of oil of your choice. My burner is already on medium high, and then go ahead and add, once the oil heats up, maybe just some 30 seconds or so, go ahead and add my onions and garlic. I think I need a little bit more. lightly stir it and allow the onions to cook for maybe 2 to 3 minutes until they change color. And I'm going to go ahead and add, so you can get this wonderful aroma of garlic and onion cooking. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit and add the tomatoes. So the tomatoes and onion mixture will take, a good 5 minutes or so. And we'll go ahead and add the spices, a touch of turmeric. It doesn't have a lot of taste, but it adds that color and it's also so good for you. Some salt. The beans didn't have any salt, so feels like I've added a lot of salt. And then the cumin and coriander mixture. That's how you get it at the Indian stores, but you can also buy it separately, cumin separately and coriander separately. And if you're doing that, it's about 1.5 teaspoon of coriander and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. And then chili powder adds a lovely color to all the Indian dishes. Of course, you can vary the quantity as per your taste. It is pretty spicy, but we like our Indian food to be nice and zesty and spicy. And then this is garam masala. Again, we are not adding any curry powder as we talked about it earlier. Garam masala is a mixture of 8-10 different spices. It's got cinnamon, cloves and all the good stuff. So go ahead and give it a stir, and I can already smell the wonderful smell. Add a little water. I'm going to turn up the heat, bring it to a boil and let it cook for another 5 minutes or so. And that's what really brings out the spices. Check on our spices and the tomato onion mixture. It is looking pretty good. The onions have broken down and softened. The tomatoes are kind of broken down and softened. And it's time to add the tomato sauce. I just use a canned tomato sauce. You can also use tomato paste, like a teaspoon if that's all you have. And again, this is optional. You don't have to add it. So I'm going to add the tomato sauce. And give it a stir. Turn up the heat. It's time to add our garbanzo beans. And we'll go ahead and add some water. So that's what will make the gravy, and stir it pretty good. And you're going to let it cook for another 5 to 8 minutes easily, or even more. And that's what brings out and mixes the spices really well. So if you add a little bit of water, that's good. What I'm going to do is just take up the rest of the tomato sauce from this. And so this is kind of a little soupy, but as we let it simmer, the water will go down, and we'll cover it and let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. And if you're cooking a whole Indian meal while the chole is cooking, you can be prepping salad or making your rice or getting your bread ready.